controlling the action. Rico Ramos just not doing enough to stay busy. As we start round 7, we check in again with Harold Lutterman.
Okay, Bob, I've got it 5 rounds to 1, 59-55, Akifumi Shimoda. You know, Bob, I tell you, Rico Ramos to me looks like a guy with 19 fights that's not ready for a world title fight. I mean, he just seems lost in there, running, circling, running away. He's letting Shimoda just press him, land the better shots, and certainly not doing enough. Now, in round 5, I didn't think Shimoda landed all that much. Rico Ramos still landed a couple of nice right hands. I get the 5th round to Ramos, but I'll tell you, it could have gone either way. But be as it may, certainly the first 5 rounds, Shimoda the aggressor, the guy that's landing the better left hands, and you know, really nice ring generalship, controlling the fight, and good body shots. 5-1, Shimoda.
I agree with that big picture, all the big picture points Harold just made. I will add that there have been some quiet rounds that could have gone either way. And some of them could have gone Ramos's way, and right now it wouldn't surprise me if on a couple scorecards it was a close fight.
Sort of the temperament in the Ramos corner is that he's behind. Who knows how the judges' cards are, but even they realize that what he's doing right now ain't going to get it done. Shimoda trains out of the Taiken Gym in Tokyo, which actually is the home of 3 world champions, including Shimoda. 122-pound belt holder Toshiaki Nishioka also in that gym. So, Max, we asked the question, would you ever fight Nishioka? And Shimoda just smiled and said, no, people from the same gyms never fight each other.
And they have the same trainer.
And the same promotioner.
Right, and Nishioka's been a guy, I mean, he hasn't lost in about 6-7 years now. Been a very consistent fighter for a long time now. Someone who Shimoda looks up to.
We asked them if they've ever sparred. Did a few times. And then when we asked, well, how'd it go? Just sort of smiled and said, secret.
Yeah. Rico Ramos landed a very good right hand early in this round, and Ramos, Akifumi has slowed down a little bit, showing a little bit of fatigue.
The left hook that scored too by Ramos.
Yeah, he's not throwing as many punches as he was throwing.
Oh, left hand knocks him down!
5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
That's it, it's over!
Rico Ramos's natural ability, and we should say fighting spirit in that round, when it looked like the tide was rolling over him, he made a stand, he let his ability take over, he let his fighting heart come forward, and he just scored a sensational one-punch knockout over a solid fighter in a fight he was probably losing. All sins forgiven for the first 6 rounds.
He said, I'm really not worried about being impressive. Well, he was impressive with the way he turned the fight around, and he leaves with a belt.
Very smart hook at the end of the combination. Akifumi was starting to show fatigue. He landed a right hand early in the round that hurt Akifumi, so you realize that his punches were starting to take his toll. That was the first time that Akifumi allowed him to be first on several occasions. Akifumi was following him.
Here's a look at it again, Roy. You mentioned the right hand had slowed down Shimoda.
And right there he wasn't busy. He allowed Ramos to land that beautiful left hook because he wasn't punching anymore.
But earlier, in an earlier sequence, a right hand seemed to slow Shimoda down, as you pointed out.
Yeah, right here you see the jab followed by the right hand. Then he came with a beautiful left hook off of it because Akifumi was not punching as much as he was earlier in the fight.
Last look at it, that left hand right there drops Shimoda, who had only been down once before. That was in his last fight. but he wasn't hurt. He came back to win, and Rico Ramos gets his 11th stoppage, and he does it in come from behind fashion. Let's send it up to Joe Antonacci.
Boxing fans, the time, 2 minutes and 46 seconds of round number 7. Your winner by knockout and the new WBA Super Bantamweight Champion of the World, Rico Suavecito Ramos.
So Rico Ramos turns this fight around in round number 7. First the right hand in the early part of the round, then the left hand finishes off Akifumi Shimoda. You see the total punches. Shimoda landed 25 more. He was busier. Ramos had the better percentage, but it was the power shot. Ramos in the fight landed 32% of his power shots to 41% from Shimoda, but sometimes it just takes one punch, Roy, and that's what we saw.
That's the beautiful thing about boxing.
Well, Rico Ramos has a belt, a 122-pound belt, and he's in the ring with Max Kellerman.
Rico, congratulations on a sensational one-punch knockout of a sturdy fighter. Early in the fight, it looked like his pressure was carrying the day. Your corner told you you were down in the fight in the early rounds. What were you thinking?
I mean, he was tough at first. You know, I had to kind of nervous. Heart was beating, but you know, I had to get there and get this belt. After the 5th round, I had the pressure. I feel him getting tired, so I had to go for it.
It did look in the 7th round that you made a stand, that it almost like you weren't going to get run out of the ring. Tell us about that round.
I got cut, and I had to go for him before they stop it. I don't like to get hit, like I told you, and I had to go for it, go for that championship.
It seems like when you were willing to get hit a little more, your performance got a whole lot better. Can you address that?
Got angry and had to go for it, and had to get this win.
So does your opponent need to insult you before you enter the ring the next time from round 1?
I mean, I'm glad he came to the U.S., but I had to keep this in the U.S. So, you know, he got to go back to wherever he came from and with a loss.
You looked almost surprised after you landed that hook. Tell us about that.
Hey, I didn't think the hook was going to land. I didn't think I was going to knock him out. But, you know, I was just ready for them 12 rounds. I felt like he got tired, and I felt him breathing, so I had to go for it.
Here's the knockout. I'd like you to comment on it. Tell us what you're seeing.
I seen his right hand. Right there. I seen the punch. So.
You're still surprised by that left hook.
Hey, I can't believe it, man. I'm happy, man. I'm just happy.
So it seems as though you were surprised by your own ability, and that when you let your ability come out, your ability carried the day. What does that mean going forward?
I mean, it means a lot, and I just had to get it, man. That's it, and that's all.
Appreciate it, Rico. Congratulations again. Bob?
Shut.